Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel. So in this video we're gonna discuss section 3 of second test that's of book number 19. So we have already discussed section 1 and section 2 of this particular book, and if you haven't watched those videos you should watch those videos. But after watching this, for this I need your undivided attention so that you can understand how to solve this particular section of this particular test. All right. So now without further ado, let's start. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the title of the passage and try to formulate some sort of ideas what kind of paragraph we will be dealing with. City's Henry program gives children choices while helping parents stay in the driving seat. So this particular paragraph is some about some sort of program, and that program is called Henry. So it may be an acronym, so it can have some sort of full form. Okay, and this particular program is focused on children, we know. Okay, and with this program gives children their choices, but it also helps parents to be in the driving seat. It's not like making children totally independent of parents. Like children will choose according to their wishes, but parents will have the final say. I think it should be something like that, but when we will read it we will come to know about it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to these questions and see what kind of questions we have to deal with. So let's start. So if first we will see that we have to deal with questions 28 to 40. So let's see what kind of questions we are dealing with. Questions 28 to 31. Okay, so obviously we will not have only one set of questions, we will have 2 to 3, sometimes 4 sets of questions. So this is our first set and it is multiple choice questions, so we have to choose one option out of these 4, like 28. So in the first paragraph, okay, so we know this is in the first paragraph, so we don't have to worry about the locations of the rest. 32 to 35, let me change the color. So this is our second set, obviously. So for these we have list of people below, so we have to match the list of people. So here is the list of people, we have to match which person said which of the particular statement, with particular thing, and we have to match that particular statement with the person. So like for example, if this particular thing is said by Kim Roberts, we will write B in front of it. Moving forward, 36 to 39. All right, this is another set. So this is one word only, we have to complete this summary in simple words, blanks. So we will have to write one word for each blank. Okay, if we write more than one word, what will happen? Yes, our answer will be marked as incorrect. Question number 40, we have to choose again. This is type of MCQ. Okay, let me change the color, sorry about that. It's too dark, I believe. Yeah, I will choose this. So we have to choose the correct option A, B, C, D, but this is about the title. Okay, we have to choose the title for this particular text. So this question automatically will come at last. Okay, we have to solve at last because for choosing the title we have to understand the entire idea about the paragraph. All right, so when we will read all the paragraph, then we will come to this. Most of the times it's in the like first or the last paragraph, we can easily understand what kind of title should it contain, but obviously we will not like be doing second guessing anything like that. We will read the entire paragraph, solve all the questions, then come to this. So now what kind of strategy we can follow? So we can do this, like we will solve these questions because this particular question is in the first paragraph itself, so we don't have to worry about that. But if whenever we find these type of questions, like where we have to fill in list of people or any kind of this particular type of sets, so wherever we will find a name and wherever there is inverted commas with that particular name, information that is said by a particular person, we will read that information carefully and then we will come to these questions and try to solve them side by side. We will not leave them for the last. All right, and for the blanks, when we will read the first paragraph, all right, then we will come here and see if, okay, for example, it's quite obvious that 2009 is like staring at right at us, so we know wherever there is something about 2009, and okay, we will come to this particular question. So let's start now. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the first question and see the options, and then we will read the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, what does the writer say about Amsterdam? So we have to understand, we have to tell, we have to mark the option, like what kind of thing is being said by the writer about Amsterdam. Its Henry program was recommended to Leeds experts. So is the Henry program that was run in Amsterdam was recommended to Leeds experts? Basically, it started in Amsterdam, then because of its success or whatever the case is, it was recommended to Leeds experts. B option, it was the first world city to reduce obesity levels in children. So, is it the first world city to reduce the obesity level in children, or it was third, second, third, or something like that? We don't know. Okay, sorry about that. So, we have to find about that. C option, it has experienced more severe childhood obesity levels than Leeds. So, like we have to tell, did Amsterdam experience more obesity levels, more severe obesity levels than Leeds? So if I write simply like this, it's something like that: Amsterdam value, whatever that value is, should be greater than Leeds. So whatever the value of Amsterdam is, it should be greater than Leeds. All right. So it was the first world city. Let me mark this. It was the first city in the world to reduce obesity levels. All right. So if it is the case, we will mark the B option. All right. D. Its pattern of success. Let me do this. Its pattern of success in cutting childhood obesity is like that of Leeds. So whatever the pattern was followed in Amsterdam is same as that is followed in Leeds, or it's the opposite basically. Whatever the pattern was in Leeds, it's similar in or same as in the Amsterdam, or but it's the pattern of success. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to read about it. So it's the pattern of success. Is the pattern same? So let's write like this: A equal L. So whatever the pattern of success is, it's same in both these particular places. So if that's the case, we will write D as our option. I hope all options are clear. Let me go through again. So if the program that was run in Amsterdam was referred to Leeds experts, we will say A option. Like we will say Amsterdam to Leeds. If that's the case, like first in Amsterdam and then in Leeds, we will say A option. So if it's the first world city to reduce the obesity, we will say B option. If Amsterdam's value is greater than Leeds, C option. If the success is same in both the places, D option. Okay, I hope I have made it abundantly clear. Moving to the first paragraph, we will read now. Leeds has become the first city in the UK to report a drop in childhood obesity after introducing a program called Henry to help parents set boundaries for children and put them off sweets and junk food. Okay, so here they are saying that Leeds has become the first city in the UK. It's not talking about the Amsterdam is the first city. So do not mix up first city, first city. Report a drop in obesity. Sorry about that. Report a drop in obesity, reduce obesity level. You will mark B. No, it's talking about Leeds is the first city in the UK, but this option here it refers to Amsterdam. So be very careful about that. Okay. Only a few cities in the world, notably Amsterdam, have managed to cut child obesity. Okay, so and they're telling that only a few cities in the world have done this, and it's notably like one of the mention worthy city is Amsterdam that has managed to cut child obesity. As in Amsterdam, the decline in Leeds is most marked among families living in most deprived areas, where the problem is worst and hardest to tackle. So they are telling you, like in Amsterdam, in Leeds, this is like in such type of families, the cases are seeing the most drop. So okay, where the problem is worst and hardest to tackle. I hope I have made the paragraph clear to you. So for every question, you will have around 10 seconds to figure out the answer. And if you need more time than that, you can pause the video. And when you are ready with your answer, you can continue. So your time starts now. Okay, time's up. So let's read together. A option. Its Henry program was recommended to Leeds experts. So is there any incident like the program that was in Amsterdam was being referred to Leeds? No, there is no mention of this. Let me do this. So this cannot be our answer. Let me remove this also. Okay, this cannot be our answer. B. It was the first world city to reduce obesity levels in children. Is this the answer? No, because uh, sorry about that. Okay, so it was talking about the Leeds being the first city in the UK. But what about Amsterdam? We don't know that in this world is it the first city or not? We don't know, so we cannot mark this right now. C option, it has experienced more severe child obesity levels than Leeds. Nope, there is no mention like that. And our answer to this is obviously D. Its pattern of success in cutting childhood obesity is like that of Leeds. Where it is written, can you tell me? Yes, this is our location basically. Let me write the question number here. Question 28. So here it is written, as in Amsterdam, the decline in Leeds is most marked in families among living in the most deprived areas. So where has become successful, similarly Leeds became successful in the same area where the problem is the worst and hardest to tackle. So their pattern of success, like in the area where they achieved success, that particular area was the same, like families living in the most deprived areas. I hope it is clear. Moving on to, like, let's see if there is any person's name. No, I don't think so there is any name on the of the people written here. So 2009 from Leeds, there is nothing about 2009, so this cannot be our location. So, and we know 40th, it's the title of the passage, so we don't have to concern about that question right now. Looking at the second question, 29th, how did Susan Jab, okay, so there is the name of a person, Susan Jab. How did Susan Jebb respond to the fall in childhood obesity among poorer children in Leeds? So here we have to tell about the reaction of this particular person, Susan, how she responded to the fall in childhood obesity. Okay, she said it. She had expected it. So was she expecting this particular result? If that's the case, we will mark A as our answer. She said she was amazed by the figures. So if she was amazed, surprised by the figures, we will say B as our answer. C, she wanted to review some of her team's data. So if she wanted to review the data of her team, we will say C is our answer. D, she felt some results were more interesting than others. So if there is comparison between some results, they were more interesting than others, like there is some sort of comparison, like ABC results, they were more interesting than CD results, something like that, we will say D is our answer. So we will read forward. The improvement in the most deprived children in Leeds is startling, said Susan Jebb. So what I'm going to do is, this is the person, we are using green for this, so you should mark the name of the person in like if you are doing it on pen and paper, you can mark it like you can underline it, you can put a star on it, or you can circle it, you can make like you can scare it, whatever you want to do, so that you can differentiate or you can know where the name is written. So when we're gonna go to the people's question, we can easily find where it is said, but if something is said, where it is said. A professor of diet and population health at Oxford University, whose team has analyzed the city's data. Over the 4 year, obesity has dropped from 11.5% to 10.5%. Okay. So I will not like make it more difficult for you. If it is difficult, solving MCQs are difficult for you. So our answer is in this particular sentence, obviously, and you have sorry. So you have around 10 seconds to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. So now we're gonna go through these options together. A option, she said she had expected it. Was she expecting it? Nope. This cannot be our answer. She said she was amazed by the figures. Was she amazed, surprised by the figures? Yes, this is our answer. Where it is written she was surprised, here it is. I will mark the complete sentence, but here the startling word just means surprised. So here I'm gonna, yeah, here I'm gonna write the location number, because Susan Jab is also this in the question. So you will be able to, like, if you are looking at the answer sheet later on, you will be able to figure out where the answer is and why it is our answer. So for startling, amazed just means startling surprise. So if you are startled, you are surprised. All right. So let's just say you are sitting, you're listening to music, and somebody touches you from behind, and obviously you will get startled, surprised. Okay. So she wanted to review some of her team's data, though there is mention of data here. So her team analyzed city's data, but there is no mention that she wanted to analyze her team's data. Like she had some doubts or reservations about the data and she wanted to analyze it or review it. There is no mention of that, and there is no comparison of data either. So these cannot be our answers. I hope it is clear. Okay, moving on to the next question. And according to the writer NCMP, okay, sorry about that. We have read about Susan Jeb. We will go to the people list of people and see if there is any like question that is similar to this, or the information is similar to this. So yes, Susan Jeb is here. A option is in the A is in our option Susan Jeb. 32nd question. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the instructions first. We have to match the correct letter, and this is one of the most important things. You may use any letter more than once. So obviously we have four options and we have four questions, but they have said that maybe one option maybe is of like one or two questions. So one option may not be used at all. It may be the case, it may not be the case, but if you are given these instructions, as I have told you like n number of times, almost always there will be some repetition. Let's see if there is that case today or not. The aim in Leeds was to take steps to stop weight gain among children before it became a real problem. So the writer is talking about the aim, or the person is talking about the aim. What is our aim? Stop the weight gain where among children in Leeds, obviously, before it became a real problem. So before it became a headache, we have where our aim is to reduce the weight gain or stop the weight gain among children. Childhood obesity levels in Leeds have fallen consistently over a period of time. So the values consistently over a period of time. So over a period of time, they can refer to as like 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, something like that, decades, 2 decades, 5 decades, a half century, something like that. So there could be a mention of period instead of over a period of time. 34th, something that simplifies the struggle to get children to eat well is very helpful to parents. So we in this, for this particular question, there will be mention of something like uh, tasty lunch or whatever. It will simplify, or a guide that can simplify the struggle to get children eat well. Obviously we know children, they are very picky eaters. They just want to eat things that they find tasty. They don't concern, and they do not have any concern about their health. Obviously they don't have that much of knowledge that at that particular age. They just want to eat all the junk food in the world. So if you want them to eat their greens, their veggies, that's not a piece of cake at all. So if you get something that can simplify children to eat well, obviously it's very helpful to parents. 35, parents in general are realistic about their potential to make changes to their children's lifestyle. So parents are realistic, so they know about their limits, their skills, okay, their potential to make changes to their children's lifestyle. So they know whether they are capable of doing this or not. So do you think Suzanne Jeb has said any of these four options, four questions? So you have around 10 seconds for this and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. And answer is none. Obviously, there is no mention, nothing Suzanne Jeb has said till now that matches with either of these four questions. Okay, so let's see blanks. We haven't found 2009, so there is no there is no benefit of reading it. So we're gonna read the 30th question. According to the writer, the NCMP data. Let me change the color. The NCMP data indicate that. So we have to find this particular term NCMP. Children should be weighed more frequently. So we have to weigh the children more frequently, like after every 2 weeks, for 1 week, 4 days to 1 month, whatever the time is, the frequency should be increased. Most primary school children need to lose weight. So if most children of primary school need to lose weight, okay, so that we will say this is our answer. Children from wealthy families have less weight to lose than others. So if the paragraph or this particular data indicate that children who are from wealthy families, rich families, they have less weight to lose, like they are not overweight, they are not like that overweight, something like that, we'll say is our option. The youngest children show the highest levels of weight loss. So if in a family, so if a family has 3 4 children, so the youngest will show the highest levels of weight loss. If that's the case, D is our option. Let's see where NCMP is written. Over the 4 years, obesity dropped from 11.5% to 10.5%, and the trajectory is steadily downwards. Among the more affluent families, so affluent just means wealthy, there was also decline from 6.8% to 6%. Overall drop was from 9.4% to 8.8%. The data comes from the National Child Measurement Program. Okay, here is our NCMP written, which requires all children to be weighed at the start and end of primary school. So they have to be weighed at this particular time. The biggest decline in obesity in Leeds is 6.4% in the reception class at about the age of 4. So they are saying the biggest decline is in this particular this is the biggest decline, and this is the age category in which children like lose weight. So you have around 10 seconds to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. So let's go through the options together. A option: children should be weighed more frequently. Is this our answer? No. Let me do this. This is not our answer. Why? Because they have said they should be weighed at the start at the end of primary school. But should they be weighed more frequently? There is no mention about that. B option: most primary school children need to lose weight. So there is something about data of children, but there is no mention that most students need to lose weight. We don't know like whether like most children would need to lose weight, or their like percentage is less than 40% or whatever the percentage is. We don't know about that. So this cannot be our answer, obviously. Children from wealthy families have less weight to lose than others. So here is the mention of affluent families. So their decline is from 6.8% to 6%. But is there any mention that they have less weight to lose? Like this is the percentage of children that lost weight. But how much weight do they need to lose? We don't know about that. So this cannot be our answer. So obviously the only remaining option is D, and it is our answer. But why, where it is written this is our answer? Here the biggest decline is in age 4. So age 4 is basically the youngest of this group. Question 30. Okay, I hope it is clear. So age 4 is the youngest children. Other options, they are like no, they cannot be our answer. So the best possible option for this question is option number D. Now moving on to the 31st question. What links the 15 places listed in third paragraph? All right. So we are given this option. Sorry, but that. So we are given this question in our third paragraph. So this is first, second, third. So we don't need to like worry about where the location is. It is given in the question. So we have to find the 15 places and what links these 15 places. So we have to find the common link between these 15 places. Let's read the options first. They are not representative of the country overall. Like these 15 places do not represent the overall country's data, figures, or stats, whatever the word you want to use. So they are not representative of that particular thing. So you cannot say like from these 15 places, entire country is doing the same thing. We cannot say like that. B option, they all joined the Henry program at the same time. So whatever the time is same. Like in 2000 or whatever the year is, they all joined at the same time. Their childhood obesity levels have remained the same since 2009. Basically, the value didn't change since 2009. So if the in 2009 the value was 10%, and since then the value has remained 10%. So if that's the case, C will be our answer. D, they are battling childhood obesity in a different way from Leeds. So these 15 places, they are doing it different. So they are battling childhood obesity different than Leeds. So let's say Leeds has taken A approach, but they are taking B approach. So they are not taking A approach. If that's the case, D will be our answer. I hope I have made the options clear. So now let's read the paragraph together. No such data has been reported elsewhere in the UK, where childhood obesity is a major concern. The measurement program shares the progress made in each city with those considered comparable. For Leeds, the 15 closest. So here is our 15 closest neighbors. Here is our Leeds. At the start of its study period in 2009 were Sheffield, Kirklees, Bristol, Newcastle upon Tyne, Coventry, Bolton, Wakefield, Derby, Bradford, Dudley, Medway, Liverpool, Swindon, County Durham, and Warrington. So these are these places like when the study started in 2009. So these were the closest neighbors at the start of the study period. The obesity rates there and across the country have not shifted. So they are saying that the obesity rates have not shifted. Suzanne Jebb added that dropping rate in Leeds appeared to be a trend. This is 4 years, not one rogue data point. She said at European Congress on Obesity in Glasgow, where she presented the research. Let me do this. Okay, so she's saying that this is not a rogue data. So this is of 4 years. So not of one particular rogue data. You can say this is an anomaly. So this is not anything like that. This is not a peculiar thing to look at. So I think the option is quite clear in this particular paragraph. So but you will have 10 seconds to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark the answer. Okay, we're gonna go through it together. So first option, they are not representative of country overall. So are they saying that this is not like they are not represent these 15 places do not represent the overall country? Nope. they are, in fact it's the opposite. They have saying that this data is not reported elsewhere in the UK, where this is the major concern. So basically in entire country this is our major concern, and apart from Leeds nobody has showed this kind of improvement. So even in these 15 places this kind of improvement was not seen like rest of the country. So it's the opposite in fact. So here it is. Okay. B option, they all joined the Henry program at the same time. Can this be our answer? No. Well, if you mark this particular answer, I can see where you're getting confused. Here they are saying that the data, whatever data they are comparing from 2009. All right, we don't know when Leeds joined or when these 15 neighbor joined. So the data of the study, NCMP study, whatever the study is for this particular data, that study started in 2009. But since when these cities are in this particular program, we don't know about that. So this, we cannot mark this as our answer. C, the childhood obesity levels have remained the same since 2009. So here is 2000. Can this be our answer? Yes, this is our answer. But where it is written the data remained the same? Yes, here the obesity rates there across the country have not shifted. So if the data has not shifted, so obviously that just means it remained same. So for the obvious reason, sorry about that, D cannot be our answer. I hope it is clear. Moving to the next set of questions. Okay, Susan Jeb. So first tell me, this particular thing is said by Susan. Let me do this. This particular thing. Is there any answer of these four questions? Because we have read all those four questions. So I have made it clear to you, or I have tried to make it clear to you. So you have some time to tell me whether there is any answer in this particular paragraph for these four questions or not, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let me do this. So we're gonna go through the questions together, and let's see whether there is any answer of these four questions in this particular sentence or not. 32 question, 32 number question, sorry. The aim in Leeds was to take steps to stop weight gain among children before it became a real problem. Did there a mention of this? This our answer? Nope. Sorry about that. 33rd, childhood obesity levels in Leeds have fallen consistently over a period of time. Is there anything about this? Can this be our answer? Yes, this is our answer. In fact, what has happened here? So in fact, this is our answer. So let me mark here A. So can you tell me where it is written? This is our answer, where it is written. Yes, let me mark here first. So here it is. Susan Jebb added that the dropping rate in Leeds appear to be a trend. So obviously, and this is of 4 years, not 1 year data. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, so let me write the question here. Question 33. What I'm doing. Okay, question number 33. So childhood obesity have fallen in Leeds. So here it is written, like in Leeds the childhood obesity levels like have decreased over a period of time. Yes. So dropping rate in Leeds appear to be a trend, and over period of time 4 years, not one data point, like not 1 year or not a particular point of time, but it is like it has been seen like over 4 years the data trend continues. Okay, we have to read others. Okay, so this is the information on top 33rd number question. Okay, so we have read something about 2009 here. So we are there is blank saying 2009 here. Henry was used in Leeds from 2009 in the fight against childhood obesity. The program focuses on situations such as meal times and bed times. Okay, so wherever we will find these words meal times and bed times, I don't think so these will be paraphrased too much. Meal times can be like when they eat meal, when they go to bed, something like that. It encourages parents to set firm something during these periods. So we have to set firm something. So who are setting? Parents are setting firm like rules, firm regulations, firm something like that during these periods. These periods just refer to bedtimes and meal times. Okay, they may set some sort of boundary or rules like you cannot use mobile phone while eating or something like that. They can they can give them set of instructions. Let's see if there is no mention of this particular word. So whenever we will find meal times and bed times or paraphrased of these words, we know there will be our answer. So, but okay, MCQs we are done. So let's read the next paragraph. Jeb, a former government advisor, says that they cannot be sure what has turned the tide in Leeds, but it could involve a program called Henry that the city introduced as the core of its obesity strategy in 2009, focusing particularly on the youngest children and poorest families. So now they're saying that this particular program, Leeds entered this program in 2009, and this program focusing on is this program focuses on youngest children and poorest families. So Henry, this is, I already told you this should be an acronym. Full form is health, exercise, nutrition for the really young. Okay, sports parents in setting boundaries for their children and taking a positive stance on issues from healthy eating to bedtimes. Okay, so this is our location of eating to bedtimes. Okay, so first let me see this particular question. We will do this. We will get it out of the way, and then we will see if there is any person said something is being said here or not. So here is eating and bed times, meal times and bed times. All right. So what they are like, what they can set firm. Okay, I think the answer is quite obvious. You have some time, tell me the answer, and let me do this. Our answer is in this particular sentence, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the answer here and see if you arrived at the correct answer or not. And our answer is boundaries. Okay, let me mark here. Then I will tell you why this is our answer or how we arrived at this answer. Question 36. So here it is written again. I told you earlier meal times and bed times. Here it is written eating and bed times. So during these periods, okay. So parents in setting for their children. Okay. So sorry about that. Here is written sports. Here is written encourages. It supports parents. It encourages parents. It backs parents. These kinds of words should be in your vocabulary. You should be able to understand these words like at a glance. You should not be needing too much time to like understand these kind of words. So I hope the answer is clear. Moving on to the next question. 37th, according to Kim Roberts. So now the person is changed, Kim Roberts. Henry aims to help people become more dash as parents. So we have to tell something. Okay, what kind of word do you think should be here? First, tell me that. Take a second or two and tell me the type of word or the kind of word that should be the our answer, or that could be our answer. And you have some like 2 or 3 seconds for this. Okay, some sort of quality, like people become more confident as parent, more supportive as parents, more just let that kind of word. You get the idea. So that kind of word would be our answer, could be our answer. Let's see. Kim Roberts, where it is written. Henry's chief executive, Kim. Here it is. All right, Kim Roberts. Now also gonna see if there is any person. Kim Roberts. Yes, it could be our answer of this also. So wherever we will find inverted commas, our answer should be there. Said the drop in obesity in Leeds was unprecedented. So what she's saying that the drop is unprecedented. The indicators are that this isn't happening in other cities. So, but this particular thing is not happening in other cities. The program encourages authoritative rather than authoritarian parenting, she said. So I'm not gonna expand that much like right now, because our answer is in this particular sentence. So you have some time, tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up, and the answer is yes, authoritative. Let me first highlight it here. This is question number 37. So why this is our answer? First, we know this is our location, Kim Roberts. So they are saying that Henry aims to help people become more something as parents. So here they are saying that uh, the program encourages here refers to what it is helping authoritative rather than authoritarian painting. So rather than, basically you are preferring this or to this, like you are preferring to become authoritative parents to authoritarian parents. I hope it is clear. Okay, and doubts, moving to the next question then. Okay, so let's see if there is anything about here. Till now we have read the main aim was to before it became a real problem. Is there anything mentioned about we have to stop it before it becomes headache? No. 33rd we have done. 34th, something that simplifies struggle to get children eat clean. Nothing like that. Parents are realistic about their potential. Nothing about that. This is just about the program, what the program is all about. Authoritarian parenting is when children are told what to eat and what to do, such as being banned from leaving the table until they have eaten their sprouts, said Roberts. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to read the other, like 38th question. In this way, they do not instruct children to do things, nor give them total freedom of choice, as in dash parenting style. So they're telling that in this way, okay, sorry about that. So this way just refers to authoritative painting. Okay, authoritative painting, they do not instruct children, so they are not instructing children like in authoritarian, like we have read here. So they are just telling children. So children are told what to eat and what to do. So in authoritative they are not doing this, nor they are giving them total freedom of choice, as in dash parenting style. So we have to tell the name of the parenting style in which they are giving them total freedom. But in authoritarian, we know they are telling children what to do, so it can be our answer. until they have this, said robots. Permissive parenting is asking children what they want to do, but Henry encourages a third approach known as authoritative parenting. All right. So I think the answer is obvious. This is our sentence where our answer is, and you have some time to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up, and I'm gonna write the answer here. Let's see if you were able to arrive at the correct answer or not, and the answer is permissive. Here it is. So permissive. So how we came to this particular conclusion that permissive is our answer? Here it is written: freedom of choice. So now, if you are asking children what they want to do, so obviously you are giving them freedom to choose. So if you're asking them what they want to eat for dinner, so you are giving them freedom to choose. But in authoritarian parenting, you're just saying them eat those sprouts. All right, if you're not eating them sprouts, you will not be allowed to leave the table. That's authoritarian parenting. Permissive is like too soft. Okay, soft parenting, I don't think so it will work in any world, be it first world, second world, third world countries, whatever you want to say. I don't think so permissive parenting works, but to each its own. So let's read for ahead. Instead, they allow children to make some decisions for themselves. I think that's the best case scenario. You should allow children to make some decisions that will not affect their future, all right, in any negative way. Like you can allow children to choose what they want to wear, or wear what kind of thing they like to eat for, like basically a breakfast, or whatever they want to do, little things, so that children can become independent. When they will grow up, they will become independent, they will be able to choose like easily. They will not be stuck while taking decisions, basically hard decisions, in fact. Instead, they allow children to make some decisions for themselves. This might be a choice of vegetable at the dinner table, or decision about where a dash should be enjoyed in the evening. So now we are telling them in authoritarian parenting, instead, basically, rather than permissive and authoritarian, in authoritative parenting, we are allowing children to take some decision, like choosing what they like want to eat at dinner, what kind of vegetable they will eat vegetable, but what kind of vegetable, it's up to you. Okay, it's not like you are not gonna eat your veggies, you're not gonna get your enough protein or nutrients or vitamins or whatever, all the minerals. So you will eat those particular things, but what you want to eat in that particular category, it's up to you. So that's authoritative parenting, sorry. So or decision about where a dash should be enjoyed. So where basically it will refer to a singular entity. So we have to tell what kind of thing should be enjoyed in the evening, where a snack should be enjoyed in the evening, where a meal should be enjoyed in the evening, something like that. Let's see what should be enjoyed in the evening. But Henry encourages a third approach known as authoritative parenting, where parents make it clear they are in charge but also respond to their children. Instead of being asked what vegetable they want with dinner, children might be asked whether they would like carrots or broccoli. Okay, so instead they are not asking children what about vegetable they are giving them choice. Either you want to eat carrots or broccoli, so choice of vegetable. So they are giving them choice of vegetable, carrots or broccoli. So this is our first location. Instead of being told to go to bed, they are asked where they want to read their story beforehand. So they have been asked, instead of saying like go to bed, they are asked where they want the story to be read beforehand, before doing this. So before bed, obviously we have paraphrased it. Now our answer should be in this particular sentence, and you have some time to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Now I'm going to write the answer here and see if you arrived at the correct answer or not. And the answer is story. Let me mark the answer. 39. So now I'm gonna just explain a bit more. Enjoyed in the evening. So beforehand means prior to something. So prior going to bed, obviously you will go to bed at night. So before night with this evening. So beforehand here is just clever paraphrase of evening, because they have said here being told go to bed beforehand, before night. So before night is obviously the time of evening. Okay, a story. So singular, singular. I hope it is clear. So blanks are complete. Now we will see if there is nothing said about Kim Roberts, but let's see if there is any answer or not. Okay, 32. The aim in Leeds was to, there is no mention of this. There is nothing mention of simplifying anything, and there is nothing mention about parents realizing their potential. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move forward and let's see. Lisa, who joined Henry parenting course when her oldest daughter was 2, is enthusiastic about her family's experience of the program. She learned a lot about healthy eating, saved money by planning meals, and lost 2 stone herself. I think it made me a better parent because of all the parenting skills stuff. I was able to share some of the ideas with my partner, and as a result, the kids became calmer and happier, which helped us feel less stressed too, she said. So we don't have to concern ourselves with Lisa, what she's saying. Okay, we have done these questions, we have done the blanks, obviously, and they have told about Lisa, but we don't have to concern ourselves with too much with this. We will move forward. Janice Burberry. So yes, there is mention of Janice. So maybe there is answer in this. The head of public health at Leeds City Council said the early years were a good time to intervene to support families. Parents want to do the best for their children, she said. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark all the things this particular person is saying in the like inverted commas. So what she's saying that parents want to do best for their children. We wanted to focus on the prevention because it's very difficult when the obesity has taken hold to tackle it. We understand that there is no magic bullet here. Parents are experts in their own lives and they know that they can and can what they can and can't achieve. So she is also saying that parents know what they can and can't achieve. The strategy of Henry is about sitting alongside parents and thinking through what's right for them. And so what Henry is all about sitting alongside parent and thinking through what's right for them. Okay, so now, so Janice Burberry, so you have some time to tell me whether 32, 34, 35, any of these questions is our answer or not, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let's see if there is any answer here or not. 32. The aim in Leeds was to take steps to stop weight gain among children before it became a real problem. Is there mention of this? Yes, there is. In fact, this is our answer number C. Sorry about that. C. Where it is written? Yes, here we want. Let me remove this because this has nothing to do with answer. We wanted to focus on prevention because it's very difficult when obesity has taken hold to tackle it. So when the obesity has taken its course, it's not a piece of cake to tackle it. Okay, let me mark here the location of this particular question number 33. Oh, what I'm doing. Question 33. Not 33, 32, sorry. uh, just 1 second, guys, let me switch on the light. Yeah, it's better. So that's question 32. I hope it's clear. Okay, and we have some more information. Okay, let's read if there is anything else. 34th. Something that simplifies the struggle to get children to eat well is very helpful to parents. Is there anything mention of simplifying uh, things so that children eat good like veggies or something like that? Nope. 35. Parents in general are realistic about their potential to make changes in the children's lifestyle. Is there any mention of this? Yes, in fact, there is. Its answer is also C. So obviously, because Kim Roberts, we haven't found anything on the her. Okay, so where it is written? Yes, here. Just 1 second, guys. I don't know what's happening. So let me mark. So here it is. Just let me mark the location, then I will explain. 35. So here it is. Parents are experts in their own lives and know what they can and can't achieve. So parents are realistic about potential. So they are realistic. They know what they can do and can't do. So with the help of Henry, they are thinking through what's best for their children. Okay, what kind of things they can do or they can't do to change the life course of their children. I hope it is clear. Okay, let's see if there is anything else. No. Moving on to the last paragraph. So obviously we have read, if there is no mention of Kim Roberts, answer should be D of this particular question, but we will not mark it. Maybe Kim Roberts is again mentioned in here somewhere. So we will read the paragraph and then we will mark our answer. The public health minister Seema Kennedy. So here is the name of the person, Seema Kennedy. Yes, Seema Kennedy was enthusiastic. There are some fantastic pockets of work happening in early years already, and while still in the early phases, it is encouraging to see what can be achieved locally through interventions like this. So she's saying that there is some fantastic work happening, though it's early, but the results are encouraging. I know how hard it can be for busy parents to make healthy choices for their families. So anything that can make it easier is a real lifeline. So she's saying that she admits it's hard for parents because they are busy. Both parents are working usually, so they are busy in their work. So it's hard to make healthy life choices. But if there is anything to like help them out, make it easier for them, that's a real lifeline. So let's not waste too much time here. So this is our answer. It's quite evident. It's option number D. But can you tell me where, which, like out of these two, which is our location? Yes, this one. This is question 34. So where it is written? So here question is saying something simplifies the struggle to get children to eat well. So healthy choices. So if you're eating clean, if you're eating well, basically you are eating healthy. Like if someone is eating burgers, pizzas, like a lot of greasy food, lot of junk food, fast food, you cannot say that person is making healthy choices. Okay, so if you are eating well, you are making healthy choices, like though pizza, burgers, pastas, or whatever fast food item, whatever you are thinking about, like any burritos, okay, mac and cheese, whatever you are trying, whatever your comfort food is. No food is inherently bad, like there is no good food or bad food, okay, but but it depends on the rest of your choices. But if you're only eating fast food like day in day out, like 2 to 3 times a day, you're not like eating your protein, you're not eating your veggies, your greens, okay, you are not eating fruits or whatever what other healthy things, or you're eating only fried foods, or you're eating only fast food, junk foods, things like that, or sauces that contain a lot of like calories. So if you are eating only these kinds of things, you cannot say you are making healthy choices. Okay, so this is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the first one so that later on you will not get confused, like, okay, here, so this is our location. I hope it is clear. Sorry about that. Now moving on to the last question. So we have read everything. Now what's the title, which title is the most suitable for the text? So we're gonna go through the options together and I will give you 10 seconds to tell me which is the correct option for this. A option, a look at what Henry has, sorry about that, a look at which, sorry, a look at what Henry has achieved in Leeds. So there we are, is paragraph looking at what Henry has achieved in Leeds. Henry is the best according to Leeds children. So children are saying this. C, Leeds parents discuss how Henry has helped them. D, it's all about saying no according to Henry. Okay, so these are your four options and you have around 10 seconds to tell me the answer and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Now let's look at the answers together. A option, a look at what Henry has achieved in Leeds. Can this be our answer? Yes, this is in fact our answer. Let's look at the other options and see why cannot they be your answer and why this is our answer. Then I will tell you that Henry is the best according to Leeds children. Is this particular paragraph talking about the children's views? Nope, there are four other experts it's talking about and one mother, but not about views of the children. Leeds parents discuss how Henry has helped them. Have parents discussed a lot about it? No, only one parent has discussed, that's Lisa, and other are the four experts. So this is cannot be our title. We cannot say just because of some information and the entire passage is about that. Nope, nope, this is not our answer. D, it's all about saying no. Is there any mention of saying no? No, Henry is encouraging, in fact encouraging authoritarian, authoritative parenting, not authoritarian, authoritative parenting, where you are not saying no, you are giving them choices, like you want to eat A or B. So children, they are getting some sort of freedom, but you are telling them you are in charge. You are saying you are gonna uh, give them A or B, whatever their choice is, but it's not like they can choose for themselves. You are not encouraging permissive parenting. So A option, what has Henry achieved? So this is all about Henry. Like Henry has achieved this. They have lowered the obesity levels, things like that. This is like discussed in detail. So A is the best title for this particular paragraph. I hope it is clear. Let's see if I have done all the questions. Yes, 40th we have marked, 39, 38, 37, 36. And all these questions we have marked and the, okay, so this is how you can attempt these types of questions. So if you have these types of sets, you can attempt the questions like this. So I'm not saying this is the only correct way. There are other ways also, like if you want to do it like one by one, you do not want to do it like simultaneously, you can do like that also. It's not wrong. So whatever size fits you, you should do like that. So in whichever way you are comfortable, you should follow that particular way. Practice on that diligently, like improve yourself in that particular method, so that in exam you do not have to worry about anything else. You just have to worry about the questions, read the paragraph carefully and match the information like I am teaching you here. So on that note, that's the end of this video. But before finishing this video, I'm just gonna give you some sort of information. Okay, if you want band 7 or more in your writing and or speaking, or if you're struggling, if you are given a lot of exams, even after multiple attempts you are not able to achieve band 7 or more in your writing and or speaking, you are stuck at 6 or 6.5 maybe again and again. Sometimes you're getting 6, sometimes you're getting 6.5, but you don't know where you are lagging, what you're doing wrong. So we have made a video course specially for this that contain around 70 videos. We have discussed all the types of speaking, like speaking part 1, speaking part 2 and part 3, how to attempt those parts. We have discussed task 1 and task 2 in detail for both academic and GT. Similarly, we have discussed all types of reading questions, and in listening, for listening module, all types of listening questions as well, so that you can understand how to solve each type of questions without making mistakes. So if for writing, we have discussed what teachers are looking for according to the 4 parameters that are given by IELTS. You can search for them on the IELTS official website. Similarly, for speaking, we have discussed the 4 parameters. So in the video course, you will be able to understand what you need to do to achieve band 7 or more in your writing and or speaking. And if you want to book your one-to-one speaking session, speaking slot, you can go to our website. That's in the description below. I'm going to leave the link here. Okay, or you can book our writing correction service, in which we will tell you where you are lacking, what kind of mistakes you are making, and what you need to do to improve on that. Okay, on that note, that's the end of this particular video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.